What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Auspex Gaming Battle Report. Today it's a 2v1, the epic return of myself to the channel. So we've got Mike's Death Guard. We've got Liz's Dark Mechanicum today, just because they're allying. And then we have the Golden Boys. What is that? What? I can't believe it!
I know, that thing's a monster.
It's 15 pounds of resin sitting on a tiny little base. That's my Orion gunship. It's in the stages of getting painted. As you guys know, I've been working away, haven't had a lot of time. So there's gonna be some like 3/4 painted models today in the battle report. Don't beat us up too much. So Mike, let's jump right into it as Celestine is sleeping in the background, the pooch.
So
What do we got?
Today, we have a battalion with 3 HQs.
And where are they, Mike? Point them out to me.
We got our Malignant Placecaster.
Yes.
We have our Sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
And we have a Demon Prince of Virgo.
Ooh.
So we have Demon Prince, he's got wings.
Yes.
He's my Warlord. He has the Arch Contaminator Warlord trait and the Suppurating Plate.
Sounds good.
For our elites, we have 2 Fall Blightspawn.
I don't like them.
They're the best.
I do not like them.
For our
Yeah, they
troops,
hurt.
For our troops, we have a group of Poxwalkers and 2 groups of Cultists.
Cultists.
Autoguns. For fast attack, we have 2 bloat drones
Yes.
with spitters.
Spitters.
And for heavy support, we have two blade haulers.
Yes, sir.
And then we have the Leviathan
Leviathan.
Dread with the dual butcher cannons.
Butcher cannons. Oh, so all the cheese.
All the cheese I can bring.
All the cheese. Liz, the Dark Mechanicum today.
We've got 1 battalion and 1 spearhead. We've
Okay.
got 3 HQs. We've got a custom manipulus over here.
That thing is so sick. Awesome
And then
job.
we got a Dominus, and he's gonna be the warlord.
Absolutely.
And she'll have the field commander thing for the servitor mandible, so she can repair servitors.
Sounds good.
And then we've got the special character Daedalus.
Daedalus.
Yeah. And then we've got a unit of 6 cataphrons with phosphor blasters and plasma cannons.
Absolutely.
A unit of 6 breachers.
6
with
breachers.
hydraulic claws, because I built them like that.
Alrighty.
We've got 5 Vanguard with nothing.
Yes.
Oh wait, they've got 1 plasma gun.
1 plasma gun.
And we've got these lovely servitors who were the breachers, or were the Vanguards who misbehaved.
Those are sick. Awesome job, Liz.
And then we've got our 3 crab walkers.
Neutron lasers and anti-air one.
And also we've got our happy little Dacabots. They've got lovely happy faces.
They do. They do. They're gonna die.
No,
But-
no.
All right, and now we're here for what you guys always come to watch. My Custodes. Mike's been on quite the winning run against them. Today that ends,
Nah, that's
sir.
I'm sure of it.
All right, so you're wondering why I have so many Custodes. 2 versus 1, 1,500 points each. That means I get 3,000 points. We were supposed to have a 4th, but that individual canceled on us, which is good because we have more gold, and we always love gold. What do I got? I got a Supreme Command. I've got 1 Shield Captain, 2 Shield Captain, and Trajan Valoris. What else do I got? I got a battalion. With the battalion, I've got 1, 2, and 3 Palace Grav tanks for my fast attacks. I've got 1, 2, and 3 Gravis tanks. 2 with the blaze cannons, 1 with the, I forget what it's called, other cannon. Then we've got 3 troops choices. So we've got a squad of Custodes, just the Guardians with 2 Guardian Spears and 3 Storm Shields. We've got the Melta guys. What are they called? The Pikes? The Melta Lance, whatever it is. And then we've got a squad with 3 Spears and 2 Shields. And then we've got the newest member of the family, the Orion Dropship. Now, I was going to proxy this as an Ares because I'm still waiting for mine to come in. Excuse me, but with that being said, I don't like proxies because Mike and I have too many models to proxy.
That's right.
So, all the models that can have a Misericordia have one. And that's all you really need to know about the Custodes. So we're going to set up the board. We're playing on a desert map today. It's going to be like an outpost that the Custodes maybe have to come in and clean off some scum.
Some filth.
Because they're trying to get some data. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a story. Why not? But we will be back with the epic return of the Custodes to the channel.
The big defeat on the return.
No defeats.
The Ryan
No
did on
defeats.
the first round.
Enough of this. Erroneous on all accounts. That's Wedding Crashers reference. All right, we will be back with the table all set up and the deployment. See you guys soon. And we are back after the deployment. This is what the board looks like. We ended up rolling No Mercy for the mission. No Mercy is more or less kill points. So if you've seen Mike and I's battle reports on the channel, you know we always end up with No Mercy, the Relic, Big Guns Never Tire, all of that fun stuff. So we'll start with the deployment of the Jerk-Offs. Jerk-Offs, how did you guys deploy?
Well, as close as we possibly can
Yeah.
to combat those cowardly Custodes who are going to sit back in their little hidey hole and...
There's no such thing as a hidey
Shoot
hole.
out.
We're
It's
Custodes.
literally a hole you're hiding in.
Well,
Look at this shooting castle right here.
look at this guy over here. He's hanging out.
Wow, that's
In a hole.
That's like you can't fit anywhere else.
Yeah. All right, so what do you got going on?
So I got both my Plague Collars in the front there,
Yep.
accompanied by boat drones.
Blow drones.
Each one has a Foul Blitz one accompanying it.
Because that's awful.
We have our Demon Prince over there, ready to kind of jump up and give rerolls to as much as he can.
Okay.
My casters are each on either side. We have the a plate caster and the sorcerer over here, and the Chaos Lord somewhere around here somewhere.
This one?
He is. Oh no, I didn't have Chaos Lord. Sorry, it's the Demon Prince.
Huh.
And then we have in the back we have our line of Poxwalkers helping out, making sure none of those put the Custodes. Deep strike into my behind with our Leviathan standing in the back.
Oh, to hide it, hey?
Yep, he's gonna hide.
Why is he hiding, Michael?
Oh, he knows what's coming.
Target priority.
He's dodging.
All right, Liz, what do you got?
So we scattered about the crabs because they wanted some targeted priority, and this one over here gives me some angles. It's all with my Warlord. The binaric Psalm code gives him a 9-inch reroll aura, so standing there. He gets most of the people basically besides him for his reroll 1 aura. These guys, it's just a very crowded deployment zone, so they're gonna probably advance. We got our breachers hiding under here because they're gonna unleash some fun surprises on you. And then we've got these guys hiding in their castle because that's what they do.
That's what they do.
And then we got our garbage cans hiding back here because I don't want them to get shot.
Absolutely, you got some more hiding back here.
That's just deep strike denial. These ones, they're meant to die.
Okay. Does something happen if they die?
I can, with Servitor Manable, I can destroy one of these to bring back one of these.
Oh! 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 Getting rowdy here at Auspex Gaming.
So
That's about it. Well, let's look over here. My Orion
in
is...
the pole.
Hey, he's hanging out. And he's got some guys sitting on his base who are actually inside. The base is so big, why not keep them together? We've got one of the Gladius hanging out here with a shield captain behind him. We've got Trajan and 2 more of the Gladius tanks hiding out here, hoping to bring down some pain onto them. We've got my Warlord hanging out up top, probably going to advance and do some shooting. And we've got my fast attack squads up here. The Palace Grav tanks, my thought, stay a little bit out of range so they can't assault me, but lay down some hurt. We also have my Shield Captain and Terminator armor and Deep Strike with the Melta Spear guys and another squad of Custodes. Now Mike is going to try... Mike's going to attempt to seize.
Mike is going to seize, you mean?
That's the attitude.
Oh, no. I use my fire reroll.
That's the first time Mike hasn't seized in a very long time. So we will be back at the end of Custodes movement, turn 1. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome back. Mike said I wasn't going to move anything. Well, Michael, guess what?
You proved me wrong.
I moved 5 models. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And you know what? I was going to fly up the Orion. I really was. But then I realized, because of how they deployed, I have range. So what ended up happening is I just moved up my palace. I moved up my 3 shield captains. And you wonder why I didn't move them the full 14 inches. Because they would be in front of everything else. So they got to shoot through 2 of those tanks, which honestly shouldn't be an issue for this army. They have a lot of shooty. We're going to try to neuter them a little bit. But I still have my commander in the back, just kind of hiding out so that he's the last option to get shot at. With a 3-up, 4-up, or sorry, a 2-up, 4-up for those guys, it's going to be hard for them to get through. We didn't talk about Warlord traits, so we'll jump on that real quick. My actual Shield Captain Warlord is -1 to hit. He does have the relic for the 3+ on the bike. Mike, what was your Warlord trait?
I have Arch Contaminator, which anyone within 6 inches of the Demon Prince will be able to reroll their 2-wound roll.
Okay, and
Static Storm Code, which just increases his aura by 3 inches.
fantastic.
And then the Field Commander trait, which is Master of Bioslicing, which allows the scrapping of servitors to make bigger servitors.
Oh, bigger servers. So what's going to happen now is the Custodes are going to shoot. The Admec are going to cry, and the Death Guard are probably going to make every single stupid friggin' save they ever make because of their stupid Death Guard. And what is that stupid rule?
You know, I just bought a box of salt.
Disgusting and resilient.
What is it? Disgustingly resilient. I want to throw this out there. I was up in Fort McMurray, sitting in my office, and I watched a battle report between Mike and Liz. And Mike's knight, or something, made all these saves. And it wasn't even disgustingly resilient. And the first thing I yelled was, effing disgustingly resilient. Somebody came into my office and was like, what the hell is disgustingly resilient? And I said, sit down, let me tell you a story about this Michael fellow. Oh, I hate disgustingly resilient. But that's my rant. I'll grab some salt from the table, we'll sprinkle, and we will be back. Don't touch my dice. Those are my dice. I pulled them out.
These have the what? Because these have the salt of your hands already.
I am sweating.
Are you
I
here
am.
for the salt mines? Is that why you're actually
Yes,
here?
I'm actually here. You think that I'm in the oil sands? No, we're salt mining up there. All right, we'll be back with the results of the shooting phase. Just because we have so many points today, we're going to try to streamline it. Plus, I talk a lot. So we'll do like after each unit shooting, and we'll show the results. All right, we'll be back. And we are back at the end of Custodes turn 1 shoosting. The Admec took a beating for Michael because, well, Michael...
Because Joel's scared.
I'm scared. Oh, to be honest, you have better shots, I think, than Mike. But I've said that before. And then Mike turns around and goes, hey, let me use this rule that you didn't know about because you don't read any of the rules, Joel, unless they apply to your army. And even then, you barely read the rules. True story, guys. So what ended up happening is the super crazy guys that melt armies are down to 1. So that's going to be a test.
Alright, and they make it heroically.
Of course.
You can't scare a robot.
Yeah. There was 2 crabbies over there. They got murked. Disgustingly resilient helped out this fella here. Instead of taking 8 wounds, he took 4. And the whole army basically shot and took out some of their maters that are shooting. So I got rid of the Icarus array. I got rid of one of the neutron lasers. I got rid of a bunch of those tank thingy guys. What are they? Cataphrons. Cataphrons. So with that being said, there's no other morale tests. It's going to go into the Death Guard Admec turn 1. And we'll see how hard they hit back. So as normal for today's game, they're going to do all their shooting, do all that stuff. We'll come back, give you a recap. All right, we'll see you soon. Well, we totally forgot about the Psychic phase. By we, I mean me, because I never bring Psychic, but maybe with my new Dark Angel rules coming out next week from Games Workshop, we might have some Psychic stuff to bring. I doubt it, but you never know. Michelle, a.k.a. Michael, a.k.a. Dirty M. I don't even know. What are you doing?
I'm going to roll up some schmites. And
So the Palace is your closest?
Yep. So he's going to put -1 on himself for whatever it is. Does not go off.
Does not go off.
Which is okay. He's going to put a smite out on the closest one.
Whoa, he's a psyker too?
He's a psyker. That one goes off on a 5.
It goes off on a 5?
4 or 3.
Jesus.
This guy over here, he's going to put his fancy smite on him.
Yep.
Do the tanks get smite saves?
No.
No. Super smite.
Damn it.
Oh, you're too
I'm going to command point reroll that one.
Of course you are. 1.
6.
Dang.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I like how this is going.
Yes. Yes, of course, because smite. Hey, let me look at that tank and just use my mind bullets on it. Is that...
That is essentially what happens.
Yeah. Is that all you have, Michael?
Let's see. I do have like Plague Wind on him too, but it's only I don't think it'll help. The other one has Curse of the Leopard, which won't help either. Man, why can't you bring your big units in? I can blow them up with psychic powers.
I'm zooming right in on your face.
You see my earplugs?
Oh dear Jesus. All right, so no, yes,
Yep,
no.
nope, that's all.
All right, so we will be back at the end of the shoe sting phase because there's a lot of shoe sting,
Yep.
and these Custodes are in a world of hurt now that 2 Palace tanks are basically destroyed.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. We are back at the end of the Dark Mechanicum and Death Guard. Sorry, I just had a Red Bull burp. My apologies. You will notice that there was 3 Palace here. There was 1 Claudius there. Those are all gone. What happened, Liz?
Well, the Death Guard took care of some of the nice palace close right here.
Those stupid flamers, Michael.
Psychic powers and flamers.
Yeah.
And then we finished off the last of the palace with the plasmas.
Yes, and you used an ability to bring one of them back, correct?
Correct, the Servitor Mandible.
All
We
right.
killed one of the trash cans to bring back something not trash.
Absolutely.
And then we moved these guys up here, and they just demolished whatever the big tank was called.
Yeah, they killed it by like 2 wounds. It was pretty
They
crazy.
dealt 18 wounds to it.
Yeah, but he's got 14, and I made some saves.
Yeah, you tried.
I tried.
You
I
get a
tried.
gold star.
1 gold star.
And then these Dacabots peppered the crap out of those.
Yes.
Didn't kill any, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
No, but we could kill them on Overwatch.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen crazier things happen.
You got a lot of flamers.
Well, it's take assaults and flamers.
And then this guy attempted to shoot the captains, and it planked.
It planked. It did.
It
It planked. The radiant golden mantle just said, nah, off with you. Michelle, what'd you do?
Well, I moved everything up, and I focused mostly on the close palace. I was able to get my 2 flamers from the Bloodrun and the
Yep.
Light Hauler into this one. Shot all of my mortars into this one, did a bunch of damage.
Yes.
And actually, he finished off the one of the closest.
That
palace.
Leviathan, that's your new favorite guy, I think.
But he's like the Death Guard's only long range shooter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get my bigger guy up.
What bigger guy?
The Daredeo.
Oh.
Dorito Dreadnought.
I want to get that new one with the missiles on top. And the
Hopefully they work for 30k only. Hey.
Are they?
I'm hoping that they'll put them into 40k because
They-
they're really cool. I
they
like
totally
those
will.
missiles.
And Kraz and Mechanicum.
Yes. Absolutely. So we're going to be back at the movement of the Golden Boys. Now, I've got a lot of things that can come down this turn. So we can do some movement, some deep strikes, and
There's
see.
plenty of holes for you to hide in.
There is actually, because remember, they're small units, right?
Yep.
So there's lots of little things that I can do. We'll see what happens. Crazier things have happened. We'll be back at the end of Custodes movement, turn 2. No, I don't want no scrubs. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Welcome back to Custodes, turn 2 movement. Realistically, I was doing a little jig there. For some reason, TLC was stuck in my mind. I don't know why. I dropped down some Custodian Guard over here. I flew up the Orion, that big beast of a model, like honestly, like 10 pounds of resin. Left these guys still because why would I move them? I dropped my Melta guys off on this side of the board, attempting to shoot, his Blight drone thing. He dropped down just to give them rerolls. Shield captains moved up with the attempt of tying up this part of the board. That's about it. That's kind of all we really decided to do. We'll see what happens. Mike's gonna try to flamer me. I'm gonna try to kill him.
Yep.
Probably gonna have a beer later. Who knows? We'll see what happens. What do you think, Mike? What's gonna happen?
I think
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is gonna be the turning point. Well, I think he's gonna kind of die right away, or some saves are gonna be made. Some
Yeah.
salt will be poured, and then the game will end on turn 3.
I think realistically, unless everything works out for the Custodes right about now, I'm then hooped.
They gotta do their job.
Yeah, that's exactly
They gotta
right.
do their job.
That's exactly it. We're gonna see what happens. If this doesn't happen here, then we're screwed.
Yep.
But we'll see what happens. So we'll be back at the end of Custodes shooting, turn 2. And we are back at the end of shooting, turn 2 for the Custodes. And I'll be honest, we've already rolled the assaults. There was a Leviathan there. It was destroyed from collective fire from the flyer and the 2 tanks.
Everything.
Yes. Look at that. What do you know, Michael, with 1 wound left on a friggin' Blake drone. These 2 got in on assaults and they piled in. So this whole section here is tied up.
Is he?
With the pile-ins, yeah, they're all tied up. We failed our assaults from here to trying to get into him. That flyer moved up. As always with my Custodes, which is the bane of their existence, I also failed my charge here into this. So this needs to go somewhat good. I've really opened myself up to a lot of shoosting at the end of next turn, but I was hoping to kind of do some other shenanigans, but it didn't work out like that. So we're gonna do our assaults and we'll be back and we'll see what kind of damage can be done. We'll be back for Custodes assault phase turn 2.
Isn't that the flamer?
Well, I guess,
So-
I guess
That's
he
the
can
plan.
charge it.
Yes,
And do damage.
they're thinking they can't charge, he's flying.
Well, he's flying.
He's-
Oh, he's a
got
flying?
He's got
wings.
wings, so.
Okay, well, I'll gladly overwatch. Anyways, we're back. You'll notice that there was 2 shield captains there and now they're gone. What Mike did, without really telling me he did, is he has this crazy thing called plating.
The
that-
separating plate.
I had no idea,
He
so-
gives him a 2-up save, and for every mortal wound that he saves for, he deals 1 back.
So because we didn't talk war gear, I was unaware of that. So he made some saves and ended up murking both of those shield captains with mortal wounds just because he made a save. That being said, a lot of failed charges. They have some heavy hitting options left on the board for shooting, but we'll have to see how this goes here. I could be in a world of hurt, or the Custodes golden armor will just bounce all the shots off. They've got a few more targets. They've got some hard-hitting units that they have to decide if they want to shoot. And we'll see how it goes. We'll be back with the movement and psychic phase of the dark team-ish, kind of.
Just redo that.
Hold on a second, and we're back. Mike didn't read the rule properly. You have to roll the hit.
If
with
we roll 4-up for each.
a 4-up for each
save,
one. So that 1 Custode captain is there
With 1 wound left.
with 1 wound left.
And we'll see if the Plague Burst Crawler can kill him.
Plague Burst Crawler with, what, like 3 attacks?
3 attacks, hitting on 6s. Yeah, hitting on 6s.
1 hit.
One on a 3.
What's their strength?
Strength 7. So, yeah, we have 3. Yeah, so 1 AP0.
1, 2 up.
No, yeah, it's fine.
So, yes. Which, that's good for me, because that 1 tank is tied up, compared to having those extra shots. But now we'll be back at the end of their movement, and we'll get the psychic. Movement and psychic happened. Mike, what'd you do real quick? He's got 2 left.
He's got 1 left. I've done 2 more wounds to him. So
He's got 7 wounds, though. You did 2 mortal wounds. He was at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh,
So-
sorry, you've been counting up. That's right. Thank you for getting your weird out like that. Hey,
Took some psychic phase.
so psychic phase. I tried to smite him off the board and failed my smites. I tried to smite him off the board. I did 2 more wounds. So
Yes.
5.
He's got 2
So
left.
2 left.
2 left.
Over here, he attempted to smite them, and he was closer. Still failed his smite.
Yes, he did. I saved it with the 6 up.
Yeah, you saved it with 6. So in essence, I did almost nothing, and I paralyzed once too. I did just as many mortal wounds to myself as I did.
Well, that's
Yeah,
fine
but-
because your Demon Prince killed a guy just by making saves.
Yep.
Liz, what'd you do?
Scuttled that guy and brought back Cataphren.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Going into shoosting.
Go shooting. Let's see what we can do.
Let's see what happens. We'll be right back. And we are back at the end of Death Guard assault, our shooting phase / assault phase. We just did it all together at once. That 1 guy who is here is dead, the shield captain. This shield captain took a hell of a lot of shots, and they ended up getting him. Over here, we lost.
Would not die.
Yes. So these nice looking fellas over here,
72 shots.
and they killed 3. No, they killed 2.
Yeah.
Because
Two- yeah,
the
two-
Then
other plasmas, yeah.
The plasmas came in.
One of the Claudius is dead. This guy took like 4 wounds.
Yeah, 6 wounds. He's
6
down to
wounds.
24.
But he's going to drop his payload of Custodes off now, and we're going to do some assaults. So we'll be back at the end of Custodes, turn 3, and we'll see what happens here. All right, we'll be right back.
Like you need units.
And we're back.
Any-
They're just discussing, so I'm just going to keep talking while they're having a little side conversation. It's all good. It's turn 3. It's been movement phase. Lots has happened. By lots, I mean not that much. These guys jumped out, got close so that they can pop some assholes. Yes, I said that. We're going to pop them. We got the multi guys moving up to do some assault / killing. We've got this fella here moving up to try to get rid of some stuff. We got that stupid thing with 1 wound left. Trajan should be in range now. If not, that guy's going to do some damage. The flyer came over. These guys moved up. And with this being a kill point game, I'm trying to now maximize the kills. I'm starting to get low on our model count, which is okay. Because I should, this round, kill, I'm saying 2 to 3 units. I should. But we'll see what happens. I've seen Mike make a grotesque amount of disgustingly resilient. So we will see what happens at the end of shooting turn 3 Custodes. And we're back after shooting. This thing finally friggin' died. Finally.
Blew up, dealing mortal wounds to everybody around us.
Yes. So we're gonna do some assaults. That's about all that's really been killed. Some guys died back here. I'm just trying to get the kill points at this point because, like I said, I've got very low model count. They're gonna have to try to table me. It'll be difficult, I think, for them to table me here, but crazier things have happened. So these guys are gonna assault here. These guys here are going to assault and pile in. Those guys are going to attempt to assault those and these guys. And he's going to try to get in there as well. But we'll see what happens. We'll roll the charges and we'll be back. Well, they're in the middle of their movement phase. I forgot to do a recap. The character that was there died. The character that was here died. Failed some stuff on Overwatch. Failed some charges and got Overwatched to death. But with that being said, we've still got a unit there, a couple units there, unit here. That are pretty tough units, shall we say. They've killed 10 units. I've killed 9 units, so it's a very close game at turn 3 here. So 9 to 10 for the Admec Death Guard, and we'll see what happens. So we'll be back at the end of... There's no Psychic anymore.
Nope. Oh yeah, I have 2
Oh, okay.
sorcerer and this guy still.
Okay, but he can still do Psychic when you run away from battle.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. We'll be back. So we're back after shooting an assault. You'll notice that those guys are gone, thanks to basically this whole army shooting at them.
Daedalus was like, I don't want to see them anymore, and
We got after assault, we got 1 guy there. Nobody shot the flyer this turn.
No.
So
Your tank got scratched.
my tank got scratched, but is still in the top bracket. And so all we're really gonna do is just back up out of the range of their stuff because I got better range on the stuff that's closer and force them to move and shoot if they want to come and get me.
I can move and shoot.
I know, but you can only move 3 inches down and 3 inches forward. So you're gonna be out of range when I drop it back.
Yeah.
I can move 14 inches, right?
Well, I'll hide.
Yeah, so you'll hide.
I'll hide.
So we're gonna basically force them to have to try to come and get us at this point. I have to maximize my attacks and my shooting here with the flyer and with Trajan and the tank. But crazier things have happened. We'll have to see what happens. So we'll be back. Just did some movement due to Warhammer shenanigans. He's gonna hang up back there out of range of most things. Now the Plagueburst crawlers can go up and shoot it if they want. Tank came over here. We'll be back at the end of shooting. There won't be much to do, but we'll see what can happen. Here we go. All right, so shooting. This guy decided to go bye-bye. This guy decided to go bye-bye. This guy took 1 wound, 2 wounds. That's about it. Going into assault, might as well gonna do it right now. Right on camera. We've got that Custode into the 2 cultists, hitting on 2s. Wounding or killing on 3s.
I did.
They're dead.
What?
Who saw that coming?
Who saw that coming? Exactly.
Cultists dying to Custodes.
So, they got. I'm in a bit of trouble here. The invuln saves better come out good, and we'll see what Liz and Mike can accomplish. I've got the flyer with like basically all of its wounds left. That guy's about to get smited because smite just destroys Custodes, and then they're going to be coming back for those too. So we'll see what happens. And movement and psychic, we'll be back at the end of turn 4, movement and psychic for the Death Guard and Admec. And we're back. We missed the shoesting round and movements and stuff. More or less, they put some shots into a tank. Tank made a lot of saves. The flyer is gone. It took all of this.
Everything.
Everything, but it took it down. Liz is happy about that. It did survive quite a bit. I'm not really worried. Realistically, they are going to win by 1 no matter what I do here. Even if I kill another unit, they're going to get line breaker. I got first blood. They got warlord. I do not. So right now they should be, they just took out that. That's 11, right?
In that one.
Okay, so you're at 12. I'm at 11 for points. So even if I kill, which I probably can't, that one thing that's probably going to be range, or...
Even if you kill 1 unit.
Yeah, I can only tie.
Yeah, you'd tie us.
At the best case scenario.
We'd have to go into like turn 6. Right? And
Yeah.
then you'd have to hope to survive a whole round of shooting and...
Yeah, which wouldn't be the worst to hide it. To hide.
It wouldn't be possible to hide.
But you'd get line breaker to win by 1 anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually call it there. Because with that being said, there's no possible way for the Custodes to pull this one out in regards to kill points. They've got 12, I've got 11, I've got 2 units left. They have lots, but I can't get to shoot them. They have too many high strength shots or toughness models left with lots of wounds. So even if I was to fly that tank up the side, I could shoot some poxwalkers, but I don't have enough shots, I don't think, to kill all of them. And then that tank's gone. So that 1-for-1 trade, they're still up by 1. And then Trajan would just be hiding. And they couldn't get him because there's no way for them to see him over here with their movement.
No, we have to get
He would literally be put right there.
Yep.
Nowhere for them to see him.
We wouldn't get there before the game ended.
And you wouldn't get there. So at the end of the game, where it's going to be an 12-11 defeat for the Custodes, I win for the dual threat Admec and Death Guard, which we'll talk in the post game, but I think they actually complement each other really well.
Yeah.
As an army, right? You've got something to absorb all the shots and to move up, which is the Death Guard, and have the Admec just kind of maximize their shots on their targets.
Not a usual combination though. Not technically a legal one.
Not technically legal, but
We just need to make them a little bit more
I'm sure-
play.
I'm sure Dark Mechanicum is coming at some point.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
And like we said, it was realistically have one of our armies drop out of today's game, and that just wouldn't be fun for anyone.
Yeah.
As you're like, hey, I'm finally going to get to play, especially for myself. Even it's nice to fight different armies. And Mike was going to bring the cheesy Eldar, and then I just would have throat punched him. But we'll be back with post game. Welcome to the post game. So you just saw the Custodes play the Death Guard and the Admec, which realistically for myself, I think they have great synergies.
Mm-hmm.
Can't actually do it in game, like if you're to build your list.
No.
But for just like a fun little narrative type thing, I thought it was great. Liz, what would you do different if there was anything you would do different?
I don't know how I would do it, but I'd probably position the plasma guys better for first turn.
Yeah.
Just because they took a lot of the shots, but they effectively did nothing all game.
I'd agree.
Yeah. They killed like maybe 3 models, and they're like 250 points.
Yeah, that's the thing about plasma, right? It's hit or miss.
And
Michael?
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, and then also probably would have hidden the crab walkers or the onagers earlier on the first turn.
Yeah, they gave me the first strike. I knew they're hard-hitting units, right? So especially with that neutron laser with potential of 6 shots, average 3, like if we're talking statistically, strength 10, minimum 3 damage, potentially 6.
I've had it take out contemptors in 1 shot.
Yeah, exactly. They were definitely a target priority for me, which unfortunately, putting lots of shots into them, it means that I'm not shooting some of those more squishy units, which would have given me the higher kill count, right? Because you guys had a lot of units.
We had a lot of small units.
A lot of small units. I think I had 14 in my whole army, and you guys, no, I would have had whatever, like 14, maybe 13. But you guys got that. So those crabs actually did a big favor, and that stupid blight drone every goddamn time with the blight drones. I hate them so much. I hate them so much.
They did exactly what they're supposed to do, and that's just harass you and live long enough to make you shoot more into it.
If you guys haven't seen the Dark Angel versus Death Guard, my whole army shot out a blight drone with 1 wound left, and it survived. And I needed it to win. And then I assaulted it, and it survived.
Death Guard doing his job.
That disgustingly resilient. I'm throw punching whoever came up with that. Straight up. GW, whoever your game designer for disgustingly resilient, throw punches coming.
Well, here comes that new book. I mean, when the new book comes out, I expect Death Guard to be Iron Hands level, a bit like stratagems, like bring back units, regen wounds. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Throw punches are coming.
That's my prediction.
Oh my goodness, Mike. Post game, what'd you think? What'd you do differently?
I think I made some mistakes on my positioning, like the psychers getting sniped pretty easily. I expect it nowadays from the bikes jumping in. I thought that was some of my errors, but I needed them to be where they were in order to do the smites and get closest to this unit, closest to that unit to try and take them out. My psychic powers kind of flubbed midway.
I don't know about that. Smite still murks everything.
Yep.
Smite is so powerful if you can get him off, if you have like a psyker-rich army. Especially, you got that super smite as well, which took 5 wounds.
Yeah, it did a ton of damage.
Smite, you can really disable an army if you get a lot of smites off.
And that was really for Death Guard, that's really our only option for like high invol units that we're coming up against. Otherwise, they just come right into us and tank us, and it's you almost need them to punch through that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Let's talk my list.
Yeah, yours
my list, I thought I wanted to do a little more infantry, which is ironic because I brought more tanks. It's just that was what I had painted to a more of a camera ready. Like I said, been gone working away, haven't been on the channel, thus had to deal with the tanks again for the Custodes. Could I have done things differently? Absolutely. Should I have done things differently? Maybe. For those Palace to not take out Liz's plasmas in turn 1 for the amount of shots and the high damage, like the 3 damage, that hurt me. Because then she brought back, like the one was on 1 wound, and then she brought back to full wounds, and then brought back another one, right? Because then I'm trying to think of how I can take out the other things, right?
Yeah, it was just denial of those kill points.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if things would have gone differently if you had kept the Palace maybe like 5 inches farther back.
Yeah, because your flamers.
Because you move them up and they were just in range of some like short range stuff.
Yeah, which I didn't think about with some of your flamers. The flamers are so good. Like, flamers are so good.
Yeah.
And your ability with those little guys with the D whatever 12.
The 3 damage.
Those guys.
Random do 2d6.
What are those guys?
The Foul Blight spawn.
Sick.
They are
sick.
Death Guard's mid-range denial.
Oh, they're...
You get around them and they will kill you.
Yeah, they just have a bubble of hurt.
Yeah, and honestly, I probably should have brought my Admec in, or my Custodes in turn 3.
Yeah, that would have actually helped.
I think
maybe even just taking that 1 extra round of shooting, because I think you had fire superiority in comparison to us in the first 2 turns. Yeah, and the melt is not doing their job. Yeah, they failed 4 out of the 6 charges, which also is bad. I think
that unit that deep strike next to my crawler.
Yeah.
I think if you would have switched the Meltas with that,
Yeah.
because those Meltas could have shot even my Dacabots
Yeah,
and
for
their
sure.
vehicles. So
For sure.
Yeah.
And doing like the D6 damage, right? I could have eliminated potentially 3, if not more, of those Dacabots,
Yeah.
right? Because they're a squad. But yeah, overall, good game. I haven't played in, God, a month.
It's been like,
Over a
It's
month.
been a while. Since
Yeah.
before Christmas or around Christmas.
Even before that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. But,
we can see the rust, hey?
oh, thank you. Thanks, Mike.
With the
Thanks.
salt just pouring on at higher rates than normal.
Hey, I kept it salt free today.
I think I got the saltiest, especially with that damn shield that took about 80 shots or 40 shots.
That shield was sick.
That was
Yeah.
pretty funny.
It's almost as funny as when Mike dropped like D weapons and the invuln save with that one Terminator, that 2,000 points of Dark Eldar from like 7th, somewhere in there, 6th or 7th edition, and one Deathwing Terminator.
Tanked
One.
everything, hey?
Like it was enough like templates like over the entire guys, and would have killed a squad of 10 Terminators any other game, and didn't even do a wound.
Yep, that was back when it was first. Closest model takes everything. Hey?
The tears of this guy. That was a fun one because I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for the game, I think, or the post game. We'll see you again soon. Make sure you like and subscribe, share with your friends. We'd love the support. Keep coming back and joining us in joining our conversation down below. It's been a good time so far.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you soon.